Well, to our next subject, the 2025 Africa Financial Summit kicks off today in Casablanca, Morocco. The collaboration between the Jeune Afrique Media Group, International Finance Corporation, and the Kingdom of Morocco will see more than 1,200 African and global financial leaders and policymakers come together on November the 3rd and the 4th to build momentum for Africa's future. AFIS Business Correspondent Rotus Oddiri now joins us live from Casablanca. Good morning, Rotus.
Good morning, Dr. Abati.
Hello, Rotus.
Ayo and all our viewers. Good to be with you again.
Rotus, from Nigeria to Riyadh, from Riyadh to Morocco. Wow. Ajala travel all over the world. That's what they describe, international correspondents like you. But give us the details on the theme for this year and the supporting discussions around it. And I see that the title of the summit has changed a bit. It used to be Africa Industry Summit or something, and now it's Africa Financial Summit. Any explanation for that?
That's correct, Dr. Abati. Yeah, they decided to just take out the industry because there's also, public sector leaders that are here to discuss Africa's financial issues. And they figured industry would just be adding a little more than is necessary. So they just decided to cut that out and avoid any confusion, just leave it at the Africa Summit, which is just basically about money. But to the point of the theme this year is about unlocking Africa's financial might and scaling domestic capital. And that even ties into the big headline of the day, which of course is U.S. President Trump threatening not only to put boots on the ground or invade Nigeria over the allegations of Christians being targeted in northern Nigeria, terrorist attacks, but also to withdraw aid. Aid is a form of capital, right? And he's hanging that over as a threat over Nigeria. You saw what happened with U.S. aid and the dismantling of U.S. aid and the impact that it's had. So we've got a gathering of commercial banks, microfinance banks, fintechs, and all the likes coming together to say, hey, listen, there's capital in Africa. How do we mobilize it? Earlier this year, the AFC, the Africa Finance Corporation, talked about $4 trillion being here. We were in Washington, D.C. at the IMF World Bank meetings where Tony Elumelu, United Bank for Africa, released their white paper also referencing that $4 trillion. So the whole point here is how to get together, mobilize, and raise that. Over my shoulder, Ike Mokwede, the chair of Access Holdings and Coronation Group, also the Minister of Economy and Finance for Morocco, the IFC's vice chair for Africa. They're all on a panel session right now talking about that very same topic.
All right, great. Rotus, I don't know, are you going to come back with a new hairstyle this time as well? We understand, that there will be 6 or 7 strategic priorities at the summit. Can you share with us, what are they?
Yeah, look, Dr. Abati, every time these forums happen, Dr. Abati says, look, we need to avoid a talk shop where we just get together and talk. There need to be actual takeaways from these things. So they've listed these priorities, I think about 7 of them, hopefully on your screen right now. Number 1 and number 4 are the same. They talk about mobilizing, number 1 is for mobilizing institutional capital. Number 4 is about mobilizing private sector capital. You need to have a enabling business environment, something Ayo talk about all the time. Rufai talks about leadership that is going to encourage public and private sector, funding to come through the continent. Number 2 is about projects. We talk about projects in Africa, infrastructure projects. So it's not just about project origination and also project planning. I would also add project implementation as well. Number 3, it's about technology and using technology innovation to be able to get that capital through Africa. I've talked about number 4, which is private sector. Number 5 is also looking, and you have all of them on the screen. I forget what number 5 is. I think number 5 is on insurance. Oh, okay, stock markets. It's about stock markets using stock exchanges for private capital formation. Number 6 is on insurance because, vandalism, natural disasters happen and you want to keep these things financed. And then number 7 is on hybrid financial instruments beyond the traditional instruments. So those are what they'll be focusing on this week.
So you'll be taking a heat at 2 panel sessions. What's going to be the focus of the dialogue for the both panel sessions you'll be moderating?
Rufai, you are a businessman, you've run SMEs. SMEs will be at the focus of these panel sessions today. The first one is being hosted by Wave, which is a fintech company that has a footprint across Western Africa. That is going to talk about, the regulatory environment and basically smooth compliance, how we can unlock Pan-African growth by having proper regulation that does not squeeze out these players. The second panel is on financing, using artificial intelligence to bring financing for SMEs in partnership with banks, commercial banks, microfinance banks, and fintech. So looking forward to that as well.
Excellent. All the best with moderating the panels, Rotus, and of course we look forward to more details or updates from the outcome of the summit.